So I'm going to show you guys how to go from this to this. So the first thing I like to do is check out the recording and see if the drummer is rushing or dragging. Then you can either grab everything and move it around, or you can use the nudge function on your DAW and use your arrow keys. You want to do this to find the best pocket where the whole take is mostly on time, and then we're going to start editing from there. So as you can see, it starts off pretty solid, but this was a really fast, kind of crazy part of the song, and it gets a little bit wonky at the end. So one question you might have is, what should I pay attention to, the kick drums or the snares? Both the kick and snare are principal elements of the song, but if you have to choose between the snare being perfectly on time or the kick being perfectly on time, I would probably go with the snare. So first thing is just to line up the first hit and then listen to it and see where it starts to go off track. You want to go mostly by your ears, although you can also use your eyes to tell when it's pretty far off. So you can tell it went off the rails right here, and you can also see that he keeps going in the same way. Drummers tend to ebb and flow, so once they go off, they'll stay going off that way, and then they'll usually come back the other way a little bit. So you can do slip editing if you want. The reason I like to do pull and push instead of doing every single note is because you'll see I just aligned this one, and that allowed me to align the next one, this one, and then it goes off a little bit again here. But that way you're taking kind of the biggest sections you can where it's consistently on time and including those all together, and then you can go back in and edit the small parts that need fixing. If you have to do some big jumps, it's okay to not move it perfectly on time. You just want to get it closer than it was so that it sounds good. So I've taken the whole rest of the track and I moved it a little bit to the left. So now this hit should be pretty much on time. And then you can see he still is going off. So I'm going to cut the next one and do the same thing. Move it in. Sometimes you might have to change where the audio intersects in order to not miss a hi-hat hit or make sure the cymbal sustain sounds good. Usually the easiest way is to pull the audio from the second clip to the right rather than pulling from the other clip. You just want to check it and make sure it sounds good and that there's no pops or anything. So you can see, even though I've moved this whole entire take twice to the left now, it's still not quite there. So I'm going to go to the next hit, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to move it. And so that's what you're going to do. You're just going to push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. It doesn't take that long once you get good at it. I personally prefer this over slip editing individual hits, and you end up getting a real natural sounding time edited drum sample. That'll be great for your recordings, but it won't ruin the original performance and it won't make your drummer sound robotic.